Okay, so for this next layout, I'll find it here. I am going to use, actually let me show you the sketch first. So this one has a lot going on with it. I'm not sure if I might just do this one side or the other, and I probably won't adhere strictly to the sketch, but I'm going to use 49 Market's Rust and Revs. So a couple photographs of my son. He was making a tower out of bricks, so we put in a brick floor, and my husband had taken and cut the faces off either side of these bricks, so we had leftover bricks. And in fact, this was probably a couple months ago, and the tower's still there. I've not taken it down because I think he would be upset. So anyways, so those are the photographs. So we'll see. I might do maybe 3 on one page and 1 on the other if I do decide to do a double layout. I'm also going to be playing Mix It Up Monday with, so that's put on by Tara from the Paper Snob. So that's always, sorry, kids. That's always some kind of mixed media component. So I think what I'm going to do with that is I've got this stencil here. I think I might use some texture paste, I think. So I'm going to use that. And then I've got Rust and Revs epoxy stickers. I've got chipboard frames and words. I've got fabric tape. And then I've got rub-ons, as well as the laser cuts. So I don't have a ton from that. And it wasn't a really huge collection. I feel like a lot of time 49 Market has bigger and smaller collections. So anyways, I'm thinking I probably, if I'm going to do mixed media, I probably will do, I don't know if I'll do something on this. I really was thinking about this, but obviously I wouldn't be able to do mixed media on this. So I don't know. I might actually just do some kind of like maybe just some, if I do decide to do this, maybe just do some kind of paint. Because I don't know how I can make this work with the mixed media. But when I was thinking of it, that's kind of what I was thinking of. And it looks like you have 3 by 3 photographs up and down here. Which I think I'll try to keep like maybe most of the photographs up and down. It looks like there's like clusters on either side. Your title's kind of here. So if I do pull from this side of the sketch, which I'm kind of leaning towards, because it looks like you got like 4-inch circles. I don't know if these are all supposed to be pictures or what, but you know, you got like a lot of ephemera in here, so cluster is kind of scattered. So I'm not sure what exactly I'm going to do for this. So I decided to not use the brick paper because I felt like I really wouldn't be able to do much mixed media on it. And so I'm actually going to tear a piece of it off and use it on the right hand side, because I'm going to pull from the left page of the sketch, and it looked like there was like some kind of like journaling or something there. So that's going to kind of take the place of that. And then I am going to go ahead and add some crackle paste. So this is Tim Holtz crackle paste onto the stencil, and the stencil is just a stencil I bought off of Amazon. I think there was like a pack of 8 of them, so it's different types of stencils. And I'm not really like, I don't know, going in a specific pattern, just kind of putting it kind of where I feel like I want it. I feel like a lot of time to like mixed media, a lot of times there's, I don't know, at least for me, there's not like a lot of rhyme or reason. I had pulled this paper because I felt like it was one that would allow a lot of mixed media on it. It's just kind of, you know, like a beige background. It's got like mechanical stuff, so like, I don't know, gears and things like that. So, and this collection in particular would be good, really good for like a mechanic or, you know, I'm finding I'm having a little bit more difficult time because I'm such like a theme scrapbooker, and so I kind of have a hard time using it, but I'm diving into it because I'm like, it's very would be really good for little boys, and so I'm like, I just need to like realize like we don't have mechanics in the family, and so I just need to pull the pieces and use it. And this glass board, it is so nice. The magnets are really strong. So actually my daughter, when I first got it, she was playing with them and actually accidentally pinched her fingers between two of them because they were that, you know, strong. So I went ahead and got all of the crackle paste on here, and then I'm going to go and try to, as best I can, kind of match the color of the brick over to the right-hand side. So I'm actually pulling in 49 Market Strawberry Pie. Now, this is kind of a reddish color, but it's, you know, it's like a lighter, kind of between like a pink and a red. So I knew it wasn't going to be like dark enough. So I go in with 49 Market Salted Caramel. And that's looking a little bit better, a little less pinky. But I felt like a little on the orange side. So I'm going in with Fired Bricks. That's a distress ink. And I'm like, well, that still looks a little too red / pinkish. So I go back in with the Salted Caramel. So it's starting to look a little bit better, and I like how it's kind of getting in the grooves there to kind of make it almost look like grout in between, which I really like the look of that a lot. But I still feel like it's a little too orangey. I'm just going to put the pictures up there, just kind of see what I think in terms of the coloring of it. So I felt like I was getting a little bit closer there, but I still felt like it wasn't quite what I was looking for. And really, I really like that brick paper because it did really closely match the color of the bricks that he was actually playing with. So I'm going to go in with 49 Market's Off the Rails, which is kind of like a really kind of a dark gray. It's almost like when you look at the ink pad, it's almost black, but it's not black. It's just a really dark gray. And so I'm going to go over all of this, and I really am feeling like this is getting closer to kind of what I was wanting. So, and that just goes to show you, like, just keep experimenting. I feel like mixed media, a lot of time, you kind of have to go in without expectations of it. So I'm obviously not like 100% following the sketch. I feel like that's been like my MO with this series. I'm really trying to, but you know, sometimes to make it work with what you're using and kind of the pictures and that, sometimes you just have to adapt. So anyways, I pull in these chipboard pieces. I determined in building your legacy is going to be kind of my title. These are little chipboard kind of gauges. There's not a ton of ephemera for this. You got the chipboard, epoxy stickers, and then like there were some laser cuts. I decided to pull in this tower. I know it doesn't really, there was not a tower, and I'm such a theme scrapbooker, but I really like the look of it there. And I'm like, well, he's building a little brick tower. That's a water tower. At least I think that's a water tower. So I'm like, I'll put it in there. I like how it looks, you know. And then there's like these little patches of grass, which our driveway's gravel, but there's little patches of grass that grow up. And I'm like, well, that makes sense because, you know, I'll put some grass here. It just, you know, it was like one of those where I'm like, I'm just kind of trying to go with the flow and not overthink it too much. I feel like sometimes theme scrapbooking can be difficult, especially if you're like, you know, pulling from a collection that maybe doesn't, like I would have loved if there were bricks in this, but there weren't. So instead I used the grass, and then there were like little piles of rocks. So I was like, close enough, you know. And then I liked this chain link. I thought maybe I would like it over on the right hand side. I decided to just leave it over on the left. I put this grass in here, and initially I was going to leave it there, but I was like, I don't really like it there. Like it just looks, it doesn't look good. So I will change that around a little bit. Now this paper did get fairly warped with the crackle paste. So I probably will put some glass over it, and just to try to help it flatten out a little bit, but and this is where I decided to move that grass too, so. And so I ended up adding some rub-ons. I added an epoxy sticker off to the left-hand side. I added a few little epoxy sayings around. I added that patch of grass to the right-hand side just to kind of fill in that little gap. The 30 up there, it kind of was like almost a blue jeans kind of themed. And I was hoping like it's not meant to be like, oh, he's 30, but I just kind of liked it up there, and I kind of felt like there needed to be something else. I put some gears down that were rub-ons there too. So I'm really actually quite happy with how this turned out. I will include the playlist down below for the Facebook group, as well as those playing along on YouTube. And I appreciate you for coming by to watch another process video.